Greetings, everyone. Well, I recently watched this. Claudius, the classic 1976 miniseries from the BBC about the early days of the Roman Empire. And in this, we have John Hurt playing the Emperor Caligula. So that kind of got me in the mood to check out Caligula, which some of you may remember I picked this up a little while ago. This is the Absolute Power edition of Caligula from Umbrella Entertainment. It says the ultimate cut, but that's not the only cut that's on here. This actually has 5 cuts of Caligula. This is by far the single most ultimate set that has ever come out for this movie. Now, I remember first hearing about this movie when I was a kid, when it originally came out in theaters, and seeing the newspaper ads, which just showed the Caligula coin image with the bloody tears, and I didn't know anything about it. It was just an enigma to me. It was a mystery to me, and I asked my dad, "Well, what's this? Like Caligula? Is that like Dracula or something?" And he's like, "Oh, no, you don't want to see that. That's like, it's like really violent and gory and, lots of sex and stuff in it. You wouldn't be interested in that." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So it was always this sort of mysterious movie to me. And then years later, I picked up Penthouse on the Wild Side, which was a VHS tape because I was, a young adult and wanted to get some dirty videos for my collection. And on this Penthouse on the Wild Side video, which overall was kind of lame, to be perfectly honest, at the end, they had a big long featurette, like a 15-minute long featurette about the making of Caligula. And I was like, oh, that's what it's about. Like, I had no idea what this film was when I was, 7 when it originally came out. So as a young adult, saw the making of it, and I got really fascinated by it and kept meaning to pick it up on VHS, or actually at the time I was getting into Laserdisc. So I was like, I'd really like to get it on Laserdisc, but I just never did. So I have actually still to this day never seen Caligula. But having recently watched Claudius, it got me really wanting to open this thing up and finally see the movie. In fact, I almost opened it up before doing this closer look, but I wanted to be a good boy and have that experience of opening up for the first time with all of you. Now, as you can see, this is quite a beefy box set, and just looking at the back here, you can see how much stuff is in here. I mean, this thing is massive. So we have number 1018 of 5,000. I'm pretty sure this is long out of stock by now and probably highly sought after by collectors. So I imagine this goes for a pretty penny on the aftermarket. So, I mean, there's only one thing to do then, right? I mean, if this is something that's valuable in brand new condition, well, clearly we need to open it up. So let's do that. There we go. Just tear that sucker off. So I have to say, John Hurt's performance as Caligula in Claudius was absolutely terrifying. Like, legitimately terrifying. He is so scary in that. Highly recommended. So, after watching that, it got me even more curious to check out this version and see what Malcolm McDowell's take is like. I imagine he's going to be amazing, too. So, very nice spot gloss on there, and otherwise matte finish. Take a look on the back here. I think this is just a, this just comes right off. There we go. Oh, and there's the coin. There it is. Look at that. In full color this time. That is, look at that. So I saw that on all the newspaper ads. The newspaper ads were so just nondescript as to what exactly it was either. The only thing they would mention is like, absolutely not for kids. Don't bring the kids. Do. And we got spot gloss on that as well. So, just very quickly, what is the ultimate cut? I thought initially that it was just yet another extended cut of the movie, because it's had a few cuts over the years. The main one is the theatrical cut, which is generally considered to be the uncut, uncensored version. However, apparently the director did not get final cut on this movie, and he kind of hates it and has kind of disowned it over the years. Bob Guccione decided, the Penthouse guy, the Penthouse publisher, decided he wanted to have more sex and debauchery in it to really depict Rome the way it was. And while the director just kind of wanted to do a straight up historical epic, yeah. Anyway, the ultimate result was Caligula, which is kind of notorious for not only its violence, but also its just sex, and basically just showing Rome in the era of Caligula as it was. So, how historically accurate is it? Well, who really knows? I mean, that was a long time ago. We only have a lot of hearsay to know what really went on back then. But I'm sure this gets it probably closer than a lot of the more sanitized Hollywood efforts. So, they put it out, and it gained its notoriety over the years. There's been a few different cuts in different markets. It was cut down or censored to varying degrees, and you can find 3 of those alternate cuts on here, as well as the original uncut, uncensored theatrical version, as it was originally intended to be shown. And then we have the ultimate cut. Now, the ultimate cut is not just yet another extended cut. It's actually way more interesting than that. So apparently there was a lot of footage that was shot for this movie that was not used in any of the other cuts. So when they set about to make an ultimate cut, essentially what they did was they looked at the original version and some of the editing decisions and compared that against the original footage, and found that a lot of the decisions that were made, which clearly were not made by a director but were made by an intern or what have you, were very arbitrary as far as the shot selection and so forth, and which takes they would use and things like that. So they set out to go through all the footage and find the better takes, the better shots, and so forth. And in the process of doing so, they ended up assembling a completely, from the ground up, brand new version of the movie, which does not use a single frame of film or any shots from the original cut. That's how much footage there was. There was so much that they were literally able to make an entirely new cut from all of that extra footage. And and apparently in this version, you actually see more of Malcolm McDowell's performance. You see more of Helen Mirren's performance. And and Malcolm McDowell himself has said he actually prefers this cut because it shows more of what he actually did for the movie. So the more I read about it, the more I got curious about it. So I've been dying to open this up, which is why we're doing the closer look today. So let's see what all we got here. So first off, let's see, we have a whole bunch of stuff actually, but first off, we'll take a look at this. Sorry for the lengthy preamble, but we had a lot of things to cover there. So there we go. So we got Malcolm McDowell as Caligula and Helen Mirren as I forget the names. I'm sorry. But what better proof that I am God? I have a husband and a wife. I am all that is and will ever be. Caligula. The funny thing is, in Roman history, Caligula was only the emperor for like 3 years. It's kind of crazy just how notorious he is and how much he has endured throughout history. So maybe he was right. Maybe he was immortal, just not in the ways that he thought. So there we go. Special features, check this out. So on the UHD, we have the ultimate cut of Caligula, which is 173 minutes. On the Blu-ray, there's 3 Blu-rays. So we got the ultimate cut again. We have the unrated, uncensored version, which is 156 minutes. So that's the original theatrical cut. We got Low Caligula, the Italian cut, which is in SD and is 124 minutes. The Australian rated cut, which is also SD, and 102 minutes, so very cut down. Australia is pretty heavy with the censorship. And let's see, we got the pre-release cut, which is 153 minutes, so that's pretty close to the theatrical cut, but just is missing a few things. We got audio commentary with Heather Drain, audio commentary with actor Malcolm McDowell, moderated by Nick Redman. Audio commentary with actress Helen Mirren, Alan Jones, and James Alice Chaffin. Audio commentary with on-set writer Ernest Volkman, interviewed by Nathaniel Thompson. Caligula, The Rise, Fall, and Resurrection video essay by Jarrett Gahan. Thomas Nagovin and Aaron Shaps discuss Caligula the Ultimate Cut. Thomas Nagovin on Caligula at Cannes. Post-screening Q&A with Malcolm McDowell and Thomas Nagovin at Fantastic Film Festival 2023. A Q&A with Malcolm McDowell and Thomas Nagovin at Fantastic Film Festival 2023. So 2 different Q&As with them. Hours of archival footage, including deleted scenes, alternate scenes, behind the scenes, documentaries, featurettes, and interviews with Tinto Brass. He was the director. John Steiner, Lori Wagner, Gore Vidal, and more. Wow. And that featurette I was talking about is among the archival extras, by the way. It's definitely on here. So, very cool. So let's open this up. So we have one of the Blu-rays here. So I just pull this out here. So we have the Ultimate Cut on the 4K, and then a bunch of them on the Blu-ray. I think we just have one of them on the Blu-ray, and then just spin that around. Come on. There we go. And spin that around. There, I just quickly spun them around. So we got the other Blu-ray and there. And I like how they're gently color-coded. It's very nice. And then let's see what we have here. We have... Oh, okay. This is actually pretty cool. I might need to pull the camera back a bit to show you these. Well, I don't know. Can we kind of look at them like this? Yeah, there we can sort of get the idea. So Caligula, the Ultimate Cut. I don't know if I can... Yeah, I can't really get back far enough because of where the camera is, but you get the general idea there. Very nice. And then there. Very cool. And then here... Looks like we have a poster for the Italian version. Oh yeah, look at that. Or is it Io? I guess it's Io Caligula. I thought it was Low Caligula. 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 And then there is the original poster. The one that terrified me as a child, just from its mystery and not knowing what the deal was and why it was such a forbidden film. Okay, so there we go. Slide that back into the slip cover. So no spot gloss or anything on there. It's just all matte finish. So next we have... Oh, we actually have a reproduction of the special Caligula issue of Penthouse, complete with cigarette ads. Oh my God, it like has all the ads. Got cigarettes, Lord Calvert Canadian, like whiskey or something. So this isn't the full Penthouse issue, obviously, but it's all the Caligula related stuff. That is really cool, and like fully reproduced from the magazine, as you can see. Wow, that's really something. Yeah, I don't think I can show you all of this because there's a lot of boobs and stuff, but you get the general idea. Then we have some art cards. Let's see if we can slide this off here. Here we go. So we got this one. We'll just go one by one. Nothing on the back. Okay. And that one. Gore Vidal's Caligula. Oh, right, because he wrote the screenplay. Of course. Of course. Yeah, this is going to be a journey, let me tell you. Like, going through this whole thing and all the extras. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch the original cut first, obviously, because that's the famous, notorious one. And then watch the alternate, or the ultimate cut. The ultimate alternate cut. Yeah, there's nothing on the backs. Very cool. And there we go. Now, can we put this back on? Yes, just a bit of a tight squeeze. There we go. It has its belt again. Then we have some books, such as this lovely hardcover book. Check this out. And this is the most perverted, despicable, and offensive motion picture ever made. Sold. As erotica, Caligula has all the potency of industrial-strength saltpeter. As drama, it is leadenly lugubrious. As historical reconstruction, it lacks veracity. As a film, it is an unqualified disaster. Traits that the American public has managed to overlook in its vigilant quest for fresh thrills. They have paid approximately $20 million to see it in the comparatively few cities in which it has played. Excellent. So introduction, production. So this is all about the making of the film. So this is like a massive freaking book. Hardcover, all about the making of the film. Let's quickly flip through it here. So lots of on-set photos and production documents and reviews, good and bad. Yeah, actually, here we go. We see some of the ads here. Oh, all the different posters and everything. Wow. This is gorgeous. I mean, look at the quality of the printing on this. It's like all high gloss and very, very high quality. Such a mucky, distasteful melange of eroticism, brutality, and pageantry that it's difficult to believe any script ever existed. Movies like this could make people give up sex for Lent. I mean, I already want to see it. You don't have to sell it on me even like all the more, you know, like come on. Yeah, so anyway, all about the making of the film. So that's awesome. But wait, there's more. Got to get it out of the box. Oh, that's great. It was actually stuck to the inside of the box. Hold on a second here. That's not good. Yeah, it actually had like bits glued onto it. Hold on a second here. That's a little annoying when that happens. And, yeah, actually tore part of the inside of the box as a result. There. There was just like a bit of glue or something stuck in there. So, what this is... the most decadent man in the history of man. Yeah. This is like debauchery taken to a whole new level, you know? So what this is we have two versions of the screenplay and the novelization. Like, there you go. Oh, you reviewer who thought there was no script? There's 2 of them. So you get the whole script. 2 different versions. Which is pretty cool. Like, anyone interested in the making of films, this is invaluable. Absolutely invaluable. And then here's the novelization. Like, how freaking cool is that? Like, how often do you get this much stuff in a set for a movie? You know, like, that's absolutely mad. So, there you go. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the Caligula Ultimate Power Collection. And, well, I think I got my evening's viewing sorted. Definitely going to enjoy checking this out, finally, and seeing what I wasn't allowed to even know what it was about when I was 7. And actually see the movie that I've only ever really seen the making of on that old Penthouse video. Yeah. So, yeah, as I said, very curious to see, in particular, I'm curious to see the performances because, of course, I just watched I, Claudius, which had, as I say, the wonderful John Hurt as Caligula, so I'm eager to see Malcolm McDowell's portrayal of the character. And also, funny enough, speaking of Helen Mirren, I just watched all 7 series of Prime Suspect, which was a series that she's very well known for, where she plays a police detective. Very gritty crime drama. Great stuff. Also, Peter O'Toole is in this. John Gielgud is in this. Like, it's got, like, some serious caliber cast to it. And from what I've seen of some of the some clips and photos and such from the film, the set pieces look absolutely spectacular, like the set design and everything. And, as I say, regardless of the historical accuracy and level of debauchery and the notoriety of it, I'm looking forward to seeing it just for the production. The actual production of it, the production value, and the costumes and the sets and the cast. Just a wonderful cast of insanely talented actors. So that is it, folks. That is the Absolute Power Edition of Caligula, which, as you could see, I'm just going to take the snot glow off the back here. Snot glue, rather, is absolutely loaded with stuff. And this, we should be able to fit in. Well, it's a bit of a tight squeeze, actually. We'll fit that in later. But there you go. Very nice. Looking forward to finally checking out Caligula after waiting literally a lifetime to find out what all the fuss was about. Well, folks, that is it from me to you for now. So until next time, thanks for watching, and sayonara.